When we first landed and we got on the bus to come to the hotel, I remember looking out of my window and seeing the Washington Monument. And I don't know why, I just didn't expect it to be what it was. It was so beautiful to see.
We got to visit the Capitol and we spoke to some really interesting people. I really liked the part where we got to meet the panel and we got to ask them questions about how they regulate decision makings and laws. It was just really exciting to see how the legislative is the process is going on behind it.
Speaking to these officials, it might be a little bit daunting, but it just takes 1 minute of courage to be able to ask a question, and that question can lead to multiple answers, to multiple statements, and you never know where that can take you with 1 ounce of courage.
You know, talking to these people, all the ambassadors as well as the intelligence community today, I've learned not only skills that will help me with my career, but also skills that I can use in other aspects of my life, especially for personal growth. So it's just like, this is kind of feels like it's hidden information, and now I have it in this little notebook of mine, and I can use it for the rest of my life.
My favorite part had to be the Chinese embassy. I loved meeting all the ambassadors. I loved learning about it. I got the chance to go to Taiwan, so to talk to them about my experience. I got to present with an award, and I got to do it all in Chinese, her job is to basically just facilitate between the US and China. 我很喜欢说跟中国的 ambassador.
When I visited the Pentagon, I think that it was a very important moment in my life because my dad is also one of those parents that's very interested in history. I have a really big family, and it's a really surreal experience to be somewhere very important and very historical. We went to the memorial and we saw all the benches and that everything is so organized. And the architecture is so beautiful to commemorate those that lost their lives during 9/11. And I think that the Pentagon and being able to sit next to an official and a general that's in such high levels, such high rankings, and at a point in his life where he can say he's really done it and he's really made it, has been such a privilege. I have so many opportunities. There's so many jobs in the world that I could be doing to change the world.
No substitute for hard work. There is no easy path to success. I still get up every day and give it everything I have, 100%, every single day. If you have a choice between success and your values, pick your values. There were many times in my career, and I'm sure General Timberlake and many of the other people in this room, where we had a choice to make. And you can be successful and be a person of righteousness, a good person, an honest person, a fair person, a polite person, a good person, and still be successful.
在哪里使用了一个领导哲学吗？
可以吗？你的中文说得不错。I took over this unit that was called the Misfits, right? They had run off a bunch of lieutenants. I knew I was in trouble when I walked up the first day and one of the people asked me, "Are you the lawyer here to discuss my assault case?" And I knew I was in trouble. What I discovered about them was the definition of what it meant to be a misfit. Okay? Misfits were losers, and then we started winning. And I'll never forget, it was one morning we were running, and we were right behind there's always a good unit and a bad unit. Mine was the bad unit. And we were right behind the good unit. They were running together, morning PT. And I said, "How you like to beat these mokes?" They were like, "We with you, sir, we with you." And we ran past them and won. They had never won before, but they got a taste for it and they liked it. And all of a sudden, then it was my job as a leader to create the conditions for their continued success, and I did, okay? So we were still the misfits, only we started winning a lot.
I get to actually interact with these people. Like, you're thinking,
these are head officials of like government things, and like when we see the senators and the representatives, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's gonna be security everywhere. But no, we're just chilling, we're having one-on-one conversations. They're like, do you want my business card? I'm just like, yes, like of course I do. And so yeah, I really enjoyed this.
I spent some time with Dr. Shelley, and he's actually someone I would love to like intern for.
Talking to so many ambassadors and officials, it's made me realize that honestly the world is my oyster. As Dr. Shelley says, my job here is to get the job in front of me done.
Seniors are growing and we're becoming adults, and like we're getting the opportunities to start like building up on our future, have that independence, more freedom, while still being like responsible for us and our whole group.
Time management. That is like, I think above all else, that is #1 on your list. And that was something I learned in ILT that I carried over. Communication. That is also like making friends and making connections. That is also another big thing that I carried over, and it's been extremely helpful for me.
I'd like to thank all of ILTexas.
I would love to thank Eddie Conger, our chaperones, and Ms. Marks for bringing this program to life.
Thank you to ILTexas. Thank you to all of our chaperones. Thank you to Ms. Marks, Mr. Timberlake, Mr. Conger, all for giving us this opportunity.